Welcome to the Simpletons podcast. The Simpleton Review. I am so excited to be here, and I think my fellow Simpletons are as well. I am Nate Simpleton.
And I'm Charlie Simpleton.
I'm Lemuel Simpleton.
And we are here. Well, we're going to get into the review. This is a Simpleton Review podcast, and we will now review something. And for this episode, we are going to review the most amazing series known to man. That's right. It is available on Hulu. There are 13, I believe it's 13, amazing
13 episodes. Brilliant,
just godlike, inspired
Well, I think we know
episodes.
Who likes the series. Any bias
And
in this review at all?
And I'm going to give it. Wait, I'm not even going to tell you what score I'm going to give it, right? I'm going to tell you the name. Animaniacs. For those of you who don't know, Animaniacs. Animaniacs is the most brilliant series ever created by the mind of man. So, for those of you who don't know, Animaniacs is a cartoon that came about in about 1991, 92 time frame. It premiered on Fox Television in their afternoon time slot of cartoons. It featured Tiny Toons, Batman the Animated Series, Animaniacs on there, and I think there was one other cartoon that I can't remember what it was that they streamed. But those are the three that us college kids who were actually college age at that time would sit down and we would watch and binge every day. It was must see TV, to steal a phrase from another network. It was fantastic, and those of us who are in the know, who actually have a brain, understood that the Animaniacs was just absolutely brilliant in the mid 90s. And so Animaniacs ran for about I think it ran to about 1998. So about 6 years worth of time. And I think within that time, they made about 100 episodes, somewhere around there. It's pretty impressive for an animated TV series. It takes a lot of work to create animation, especially when it's hand drawn, such as the Animaniacs. But Hulu, looking for a cash grab, looking to actually resurrect the most brilliant show known to mankind, has decided to create Animaniacs. I want to know what your opinions are. First of all, Charlie, let's start with you. You're about my age.
Oh my gosh, it was a thing of beauty.
Okay, tell me about it. 13 episodes. Tell me, what was some of your favorite moments of the new resurrected Animaniacs series?
My favorite moments, Pinkyandthebrain, of course, Pinky's one-lines, are we thinking the same thing? Of course we are, Brain, but I don't know how we're going to pull.
Yeah. What was that?
Oh my gosh.
One of the first ones of the first episodes was like one of the most brilliant things.
It was like, if I clone myself, how am I going to know which one's the evil one?
That's what it was. It's so funny. Oh my gosh, I was laughing so hard when he said that.
How am I going to know which one to shoot? It's like, yes, that set the tone right there. That and the whole, just the start with the parody of Jurassic Park, and the whole opening scene was just perfect. It was perfect.
It was fantastic. I tell you, there were some of the Animaniacs. I was a little, I'll get into the negative things here in just a minute, but some of the things that were fantastic is when they just did the typical Wacko, Yakko, and Dot, traversing around the world or making a mockery of some character in their cartoon, like the big Herculean Arnold Schwarzenegger character.
Marie Antoinette was pretty funny.
Yeah.
That was a fun
one. Yeah. That was good. So, Lemuel, what'd you think of it?
I thought it was really funny. Some of the jokes about them bringing it back for a reboot and how they were aware it was a cash grab. And then there was another joke that, what was it? Made me laugh super hard that I'm suddenly spacing on. So...
Hey, there's so much stuff. It's so good. I'm going to have to go back and re-binge it 5 or 10, 12 times. It is fantastic stuff. And if you guys like Animaniacs, all the old Animaniacs are on Hulu as well. So you can catch everything on there, which I highly recommend. So some of the negative parts that I didn't like about the reboot was they said they had a new cast of characters, but I think there was only maybe 1 or 2 cartoons that they actually did show. And I don't know if I was necessarily that impressed, but it was literally just the Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. Animaniacs and Pinky and the Brain. And back in the day, during the original cartoon, it would be Animaniacs, it would be Slappy Squirrel, it would be the weird, rich hippopotamus family. And then you'd have the little shorts, right? Like Mime Time and Good Idea and Bad Idea. And
they had the things that go bump in the night.
Short. Okay, that one was kind of funny, but
that was pretty funny.
I missed the Wheel of Morality. Those things are just classic. There was a certain amount of biting satire that was in the new one, but then there was a certain amount that was really missing, and it was like, okay, I wanted more of that adultness to it that existed in the old episodes. Did you catch what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's kind of like they focused on politics a lot. I mean, a lot. But then again, it was what they could do. What movies are out? Really? What kind of icons are still here to like really poke fun at right now?
Well, and they made that joke where it was like, okay, we're working on this on 2018, but we don't know what's going to happen in 2 years.
Okay, yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I thought that was great too. And
of course they did their little parody of Donald Trump as a one-eyed fat cyclops. That was pretty funny. But it just they did have a point. They didn't know what was going to happen in 2 years, and things right now in this crazy age changed so much. And would they have ever been able to predict the pandemic happening? I mean, you can be guaranteed that stuff will probably work into the next season when they do it.
Yeah. Yeah, the first episode they'll all be wearing masks.
Yes, they will. That'll be funny. But I did appreciate it. There was we just watched the last episode today, and there was that weird scene where the Herculean Arnold Schwarzenegger guy was holding on to Wacko's tail, and it rips.
Salamander.
It was called Salamander, and it grows back, and I was like, really? Do you have to show that whole thing? Oh my gosh. But I did like the fact that they actually built, not that we couldn't guess, right? I mean, they're laboratory mice, but they built the backstory of Pinkyandthebrain in the last episode. I was like, that's fantastic right there. I was like, yes, so good. I'm a big Pinkyandthebrain fan. So I wasn't incredibly, totally dissatisfied that 50% of the entire new series was Pinkyandthebrain cartoons, but I wanted some of those extra characters. There were some of those extra characters that just were a big fat dud as far as I was concerned. I didn't like them. I didn't really care if I saw them.
And they did bring back the biggest dud. They talked about it.
Yeah.
Big spoiler alert.
Oh, that one was that one was absolutely hilarious.
That was genius. I figured it out about halfway through, or 3/4 of the way through. I was like, I think I know where this is going.
That one was pure genius right there. It really was. And then you find out in the last episode that Hello Nurse went and joined Doctors Without Borders. That was funny. Yes. That was funny. They brought back, Professor Scratch and Sniff. And
that was a good episode.
Guard, the TV studio guard. Ralph, yeah. But, I wish they would have maybe had, they could have dealt with some more of the characters. I don't miss, Rita and... Runt. I know a lot of people actually kind of liked them. I did not. Now, Slappy Squirrel, I could have dug on a few more Slappy Squirrel cartoons. I absolutely love Buttons, Mindy and Buttons. That show always made me laugh, especially when you'd have the Lassie opening theme to that. Buttons! And Buttons would fall down the canyon. Silly doggy. Okay, lady, love you, bye-bye. I love that stuff. That's great. But then there's others the Good Feathers. I mean, how's that going to play in 2020? Does anybody remember the movie Goodfellas? I mean, I don't know. Unless you're old like us, maybe you remember them. So anyways, I guess we should probably give our score. What should I give Animaniacs? I am actually going to give Animaniacs a 4.5. I am not going to give it a 5 overall because of some of the things I missed. Like I said, the biting satire wasn't there like I wished it would be. Social commentary that existed was more politically heavy than it needed to be. And there's lots of other pop culture things that they probably could have commented on. That was the thing that made the original so special, was there was all these little quick things. You're just and you had to pay attention because there was this pop culture reference they would throw at you. And I'm like, whether it was even Orson Welles' movie, references for what was his movie?
For Citizen Kane.
Yeah, Citizen Kane references. They were so heavy on Citizen Kane references back in the original episodes.
I don't think that would play out as well now, though.
Why?
I've not seen Citizen Kane. I don't think a lot of my generation has.
Well, I don't think many of the people back then had seen Citizen Kane either.
No.
That was 19.
I think it made people go to watch it.
1941 or 42. It was 50 years old when they had that one on there. So Lemuel, how about you?
I think I'd have to give it a 4.5. The animation, although nice and smooth and stuff, I do kind of, I think Charlie said the last time we talked about the Animaniacs, I do kind of miss how edgy it looked.
I think it was Drew that mentioned that.
Yeah, it was Drew.
But so Charlie, what about you? Oh, did you give your score?
It was 4.5.
Yep. 4.5.
He agreed, and I agree too. I think 4.5 is a good score. Again, I thought they did have a lot of biting satire in it, but it was not widespread. It was not just off the cuff, quick, like you were saying. It was it was pointed. I mean, it was at one point and then another. It didn't feel random like the show usually does. It felt like they pinned it in, and it was like, you could have put something better there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean, they did a good job formulating or reformulating and getting it back on and gives them a chance to do it again.
Yeah, and I think, it's the first season. I'm fairly certain there's going to be at least a season number 2, because I think Hulu really did a cash grab with this, and I think they made a lot of money off of the ability to show the show. And they will the merchandise. I mean, they've already started to merchandise it really heavy again, and why not? I mean,
that's awesome.
Animaniacs made tons of money on merchandise last time around. You might as well do it again, and a lot of that merchandise was bought by me. But anyway. So 4.5s all around for Animaniacs. Go check out the show if you haven't already. It's brilliant. Whether you're 5 years old or 50, you will enjoy the show. That's the best part about Animaniacs, because if you like Warner Brothers cartoons, you will like the Animaniacs. I guarantee you. We're going to move into the segment of the show that we like to call Pop Culture Happiness. And that was the dramatic pause as my fancy, cool special effects run. All right, moving on. So, who wants to go first on Pop Culture Happiness? Charlie, let's go with you.
I'm going to go with happy because, we are walking into 2021 and a lot of people just like dragged over the quarantine. Well, there were some people that actually did a good job trying to do a counteract. And one was John Krasinski. Of all people, from The Office. Mm-hmm. He did his, Some Good News. He did like 3 episodes, and then all of a sudden he vanished. And it was fun. I didn't think about it at the time because I thought it was just like a one-off anyway.
Yeah.
It sounded like that he was actually, his plans were to do like 8 episodes. Okay. And he did just release a Christmas episode. Right. And it was pretty cool, but he sold it. He did sell it. It got enough attention that CBS bought it. Viacom CBS bought it.
Going to be going on their streaming service or what?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's going to stay in like production, but he's like, he said, there's no way I could do it and like all the stuff that I'm involved in. Mm-hmm. So shout out to him for like getting something on the air and like, again, bringing good news. I mean, it was pretty cool, the kind of stuff that he was putting on there. Yeah. Just to like get people motivated to work with each other. You got to check this out. If you ever get a chance to go on to Facebook or YouTube and check out Colt Clark and the Quarantine Kid. This is a family band of young kids. I think the oldest boy is like probably 8 or 10. And they actually do like full band songs. I got hooked on it. I heard Call Me Al, back in like May or June. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so fun. And then I started, catching up with a few. I dropped it after a while, but at the same time, every once in a while, it's not a bad pick me up for a little family band that's like doing this to like perk each other up during quarantine time. That's awesome. We'll have to check that out. We'll make sure we put that in the video description so y'all can check out that YouTube channel and get some quarantine inspiration. How's that? Yeah, and John Krasinski, he's proven himself to be actually incredibly talented. I mean, starting off in The Office and playing Jack, what's his name there? Jack Ryan.
Yeah. Well, he played Jack Ryan too, and that was
in The Office.
And then of course he wrote and directed A Quiet Place, which is just a fabulous movie. So good. Part 2's coming. Lemuel, let's go with you. What's your happiness?
Okay, so a couple months ago, I have a little company that no one's ever heard of called KFC.
KFC. We've never heard of that.
Tweeted that they're making a console, and at the time it was widely thought to be a joke. But a couple days ago, it's come to light that they're actually doing it. They're releasing a KFC console, which right now is boasting specs such as like an Intel Core i9 and a pretty decent SSD drive. So like significantly better specs than the Xbox One S or Series X and the PS5. And there's even a spot where you can warm up your chicken strips in the
video game console.
Yeah, they're using the processor to heat up the. Yeah, I don't know.
Man. This is awesome. So is it shaped like the box or the bucket?
It's like a it looks like a bucket.
Looks like the bucket. Yes.
Like a bucket.
We'll have to put that on the video screen so people can see it when I edit this together. That is crazy.
Yeah.
I saw somebody actually tweet the other day. I think that this must be what they were talking about. They said, "Who would have thought that KFC would make a better video game console than like PS, one of them,
PlayStation and Xbox?"
Yeah,
that's what they're talking about.
Gosh,
isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
So in 20 years, we'll be talking about KFC being the video game company.
I mean, it's
Of
possible.
course, you can only get certain games, right? You can only get like Chicken Run.
You can get right, the crispy or the original. That's all you can get.
Crispy and original.
Mashed potatoes on the side. Okay, moving on to
What makes you happy, Nate? What makes you happy?
Not only is KFC making a video game console, but they also made a Christmas movie. Where Colonel Sanders falls in love. It's a Christmas Lifetime special movie. I'm dead serious. Guess who the Colonel is? Mario Lopez. And Saved by the Bell. It's 2020. Why not? Right? Why not?
Yes.
It's possible these days. Anything's possible. All right. My happiness actually is what's coming up very soon in 1 week. Netflix has this show. They bought the show from a dumb little company called YouTube Red.
Yeah,
that just basically flopped. But they had this one show on there that actually had some people watching it. It was called Cobra Kai. And for those of you who don't know, Cobra Kai is based off of the 1980s movie franchise Karate Kid. And it does star all the original cast members of Karate Kid, including Ralph Macchio, the guy who played the jerk of a villain, the guy who ran the dojo, Ralph Macchio's mom. It has all those. Of course, it does not have Mr. Miyagi because Pat Morita passed away years and years ago. So unfortunately, he's not in it. But it is releasing on January 1st. It's going to be exciting. I will binge it. It is the best, most cheesy show I've ever seen, and I love every minute of it. It is so good. It's only about 25 minutes an episode, and I just love it. It is so dang good. I mean, it's so bad, but it's so good. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it any better than that. But yeah, so it's releasing on January 1st, and it's going to be the 3rd season. So if you guys have seen the first 2 seasons, you know that What's-His-Face is taken back over the dojo. And so now it sounds like the Ralph Macchio character and the evil villain dude, can't think of his name now, are going to have to come together.
Sweep the leg, Johnny. Sweep the leg.
Yeah, Johnny and Danielson are going to have to unite to beat the evil old dojo guy. It'll be interesting. It'll be fun. It's been really good. I just if you've not watched it, Charlie, you've got to see it because it is.
I've not watched it. No,
it is amazing. You can binge both seasons in a night. I mean, they're not that long. They're very short, and you just I gotta watch another one. Oh man, I gotta watch. Oh, I gotta watch another one. It's so good. So anyway, that's that's my happiness for this time around. Cobra Kai coming out on January 1st. So by the time this video's out, you guys have probably already seen all the episodes if you're a Cobra Kai fan. Like me. If you're not, then what are you doing? Well, anyways, so this has been another episode of the Simpleton Review. Animaniacs gets a 4.5 from each one of us. Go check Animaniacs on Hulu. You will not regret it. I am Nate Simpleton.
And I'm Charlie Simpleton.
I'm Lemuel Simpleton.
And we're saying have a great day, and we will see you next week. We'll talk to you later.